Welcome to A Word from the Word for November 2nd. Today's passage, Lamentations chapter 3. Today's key verse: the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3:22 and 23. Today's word from the Word: new every morning.
In times of hardship and struggle, it's all too simple to get bogged down by our problems, allowing fear and despair to take hold of our hearts. But in today's reading, we are encouraged to shift our focus away from our circumstances and onto the character of God. Here, we witness Jeremiah's powerful transformation as he redirects his attention from his dire situation to the Lord. Initially, Jeremiah paints a picture of his intense anguish and despair, describing himself as a man who has seen affliction and has been cast down, forgetting what happiness even looks like. His words are filled with the weight of his suffering. However, in the midst of this despair, Jeremiah makes a critical decision to shift his gaze toward the Lord. In verse 21, he declares, "But this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope." Despite the darkness that surrounds him, Jeremiah consciously chooses to recall the character and promises of God. In verses 22 and 23, he remembers the Lord's faithfulness, his unwavering love, and his mercies that never run dry. This turning point marks a profound shift in Jeremiah's outlook. Instead of being overwhelmed by his circumstances, he chooses to anchor his soul in the unchanging nature of God. As he meditates on the Lord's faithfulness, hope begins to stir within his heart. He realizes that even in the midst of suffering, God remains steadfast and true. Jeremiah's change of perspective serves as a powerful reminder for us today. In our times of hardship and struggle, it's all too easy to get bogged down by our problems, allowing fear and despair to take hold of our hearts. But, like Jeremiah, we are called to shift our focus away from our circumstances and onto the character of God. When we take our eyes off our situation and onto the Lord, we find renewed strength and hope. We are reminded of His unfailing love, His mercy, His faithfulness, and His promises that never fail. In the words of the hymn, "Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in His wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace." As you turn your eyes upon Jesus today, may the things of earth grow strangely dim, and the glory and grace of His face shine brightly upon you.